Good morning everyone. Hope everyone's having a good morning. Alright, so the first few ones I'm watching today are OGEN, CTRV, CODX, probably moving the most in pre-market this morning, DKS, which is Dick's Sporting Goods, BAC, Bank of America. You can see Bank of America's moving. GERN's gapping up with low volume. We'll see what it does here. It had a pretty big drop yesterday. Maybe it'll rebound today. MOV gapping up some with low volume as well. TXMD gapping up some from 643 to 678. Just crossed over the VWAP a few minutes ago. We'll see what happens with it as well. PBR technically gapping down. It's got a lot of support right here at the VWAP though at 1164, so we'll see what happens when it breaks underneath there. TTOO gapping down some, but it's moving a decent amount in pre-market, so I'll keep an eye on that one as well. Good morning, Yez, Wilkin, Champion, Tiny. He's okay. He's home from school today, but he's all right. He didn't run a fever much yesterday. It was like a low-grade fever, like 99. But he's home from school today, but he's all right. He's not horribly ill or anything. He's 4, so 102 really isn't that high of a fever for him. But I appreciate your thoughts. Anyway, so let's see if any of these are actually tradable. I'll go ahead and add my watch list to the chat. Not as good of a morning as yesterday. There's not as many big movers. That's the smart way to be, yes, for sure. You don't want to jump in using crazy big sizing. Most of the time you'll just end up losing your account before you actually learn. So the way to do it is just to take it slow, at least in my opinion. But yeah, let's see if any of these are tradable. OGEN is not. TTOO is not. CODX is, which is really nice. That's one of my favorite ones. DKS is, which is another one of my favorite ones. Bank of America is. GERN is. MOV, which is this is the part that aggravates me. MOV is a $48 stock and it's not tradable on TradeNet. TXMD is. PBR is. What's another one that I'm missing? Let's see. Oh, AXON is okay. So I mean, some of these big movers are tradable on TradeNet, which is good. CHS big gap down, which is Chinos. All right, and that is as well. Okay, so yeah, more than half of my watch list is tradable today. We've got my 4 biggest watches are probably these 3 right here: AXON, CODX, and DKS. Still gonna watch TXMD though as well. Dick's Sporting Goods has been riding the VWAP really well as CODX. So we'll see what happens. See if they continue that pattern. Brendan GBR. Let me see. Yeah, GBR is tradable. Yeah, and GBR is a $1.76 stock, and it's still tradable. So yeah, that one's nice to trade as well. I'll watch that one for sure too. Good morning, the best. I mean, lately it hasn't been too bad on TradeNet. Like, a lot of these cheap stocks have been tradable lately, so I can't complain too much. It's definitely better than it used to be, but you know, you do always have those days where not much is tradable and you're kind of stuck getting into subpar trades, you know. Oh yeah, I was on the news yesterday. My wife actually got interviewed. They came out to our house and interviewed us for the news. I also had CBS New York call me and want my video of the plane ride, and I gave them the rights to use my video, and you could see my face in it. Like I'm in the video. So I was on TV yesterday, and really they're gonna play my video and my wife's interview like across the country. They said in New York, in Maine, and a few other places. So that's kind of cool. I was on TV, kind of a check on my bucket list. I was on TV now, so ONTX 7. Yeah, I like ONTX. I doubt this one's tradable, but I can always check. No, this one's not tradable, but I do like this one. Alright, so let's look up to see why some of these are actually moving. Yeah, man, I was on the news. It was cool. I was actually on TV. When really it's just like a video of me. It's a video of me using my phone to like record inside the plane, and then I just turn my phone at my face and I kind of shake my head, and then I just point it back to the plane, you know. I know I really thought about that, 7, but if the airline, hey, maybe you'll see it, Brock. But yeah, if the airline wants to like get after me because I told the truth behind it and my wife told the truth, I just don't want them to have any leverage against me. And so that's the only reason I didn't. I really did think about plugging my YouTube channel, but just that's the only reason I didn't, you know. Good morning, Power Zone. Out in Houston, Tiny, it's KT or it's KHOU. Oh, I didn't think about plugging it while the plane was going down. The plane never really went down. It's just it had a little bit of turbulence, but the bigger problem was that they couldn't stabilize the cabin pressure, and so there wasn't that much oxygen in the plane, if that makes sense. And we had to wear oxygen masks for half the ride. The AC also wasn't working, but you know. Oh yeah, AJ. That's where I mean, I'm not exactly right in Houston. I'm right on the outside of Houston. But yeah, I bummed out the Rockets lost yesterday or the day before. Nice, center. That looks like a good trade, man. Good job. All right, so let's look up why some of these are moving today. Let's see. First one I'm looking up is CODX. Is probably the best mover right now that I see. All right, so CODX here. Not really any news to talk about with CODX. It's kind of up blind on no really big catalyst or anything. The latest story that came out with CODX was on the 23rd, so a week ago. So moving on, the next one I'm looking at is DKS, which is Dick's Sporting Goods. I'll be right back, guys. I'm going to go mute my son's TV. It's too loud. Alright, I'm back. Alright, so Dick's Sporting Goods. Let's see why it's moving. All right, so Dick's Sporting Goods is up after good first quarter results. It surged more than 18% in pre-market after they reported Wednesday quarter one GAPP earnings of 59 cents per diluted share, up from 52 cents a year ago, and above the 44-cent Street View analyst. Another reason they're up is because the firearm restrictions have muted the impact they originally had on their sales. It says they posted higher quarterly profits and sales, alleviating the concerns that the controversial decision to tighten firearm policy would dampen demand at sporting good chains. And so that's good news for DKS, good earnings, and that also is kind of, it beat the street expectations for it, and so it's gapping up a pretty sizable amount from 30.48 to 37.32. It's on the bottom left here. I'm looking at this one maybe for a potential short. I just think it's up so much already, but we'll see how this one acts at the open. I'll give it a little bit of time, try to let it calm down some before I make my decision. Next one I'm looking at is AXON. And this one had a news story that came out yesterday. I think this is why this one was moving so much yesterday morning. You can see it had a huge push from 120 to 165 at its highs. It's testing those highs, getting close to those highs now, sitting at 157, riding the VWAP. So it says AXON announced Tuesday new additions to its management team. And they also completed a company's organizational restructuring for future business development. The bio company said Gavin Cochran will join the company as Executive Vice President of Research and Dev, and Michael Hayden was named a Senior Scientific Advisor to the company. So that's good news for AXON. You can see, the market really reacted to it yesterday. I appreciate the sub, AJ. Welcome, man. Appreciate it. But yeah, you can see the market really reacted to this one. It had this huge push up to 165. A point I'm watching for this one is this $0.50 area. We'll see if it can hold over this, continue to push up, maybe test this 165 high, depending on how strong it looks. Also going to look at it for a short, maybe under this 145 low right here. If it drops under there, maybe short it down to 135 with bigger sizing, maybe 120s. So we'll see what this one does as well. You can see TXMD gapping up some yesterday. It gapped up some and then washed at the open. And so we'll see what this one does. It's up higher than it was yesterday in pre-market. So let's look at TXMD now. All right, so this one, TXMD, they announced FDA approval of the TX004HR, the lowest dose vaginal estrogen product approved for the treatment of moderate to severe dyspareunia, a symptom of VVA due to menopause. And so FDA approval for TXMD, and that's ultimately why they're up. Let's see if I can find anything else about this. Yeah, just FDA approval. I mean, that's a legitimate catalyst. We'll see where this one goes as well. The next one I'm looking at is Bank of America. You can see this one's up huge. Not huge, actually, but it's up about $1, maybe a little bit less than $1, where it's at now, about 70 cents. And let's see. All right, so I think this is just a part of a big rebound after a lot of the bank stocks fell yesterday. You can see Bank of America had this big drop, and most of the other bank stocks did as well. What did JP? Let's try to find JP Morgan. Does anybody know what JP Morgan is? Let me try to find it. JPM. Yeah, same thing with JPM. Had a big sell-off yesterday, and then it's rebounding some in pre-market. So I think Bank of America is just kind of following that trend. The next one I'm looking at is GBR here. It's gapping down technically, but it had a really nice push yesterday. And it is tradable in TradeNet, luckily for me. Let's see if this one has anything out. Nothing really out on GBR. It's all technical, I guess. And so we'll see how this one acts at the open. Another one to watch if you can trade this one. I can't trade this one on TradeNet, but it looks really good, is OGEN. You can see this one's gapping up and has a lot of volume in pre-market. They reported positive interim safety analyst results from the phase 2 clinical trials for oral mucositis. I hate reading biostock news releases. But yeah, they had positive data come back for one of their drugs. And so OGN is gapping up nicely there, a lot of volume. Another one I'm looking at is GERN. This one washed out pretty big yesterday afternoon. I think this one's probably just bouncing back from the big wash it had yesterday. It's only gapping up a small amount, but let's look it up just to be sure. Yeah, nothing really out that's new for GERN. PBR washing out pretty big here. It might just be washing out because it was up so much yesterday already. Let's see PBR. Yeah, the PBR was down a lot just because Brazil agreed to diesel fuel discount. And I know they have that strike going on in Brazil, the oil strike. And so that's ultimately why PBR bounced down. It ended up rebounding yesterday during market hours, but now it's down some again. And so I'm actually looking at this one for a potential short, maybe under 1150. We'll see what happens with this. And the last one I'm really looking at is TTOO here at 756. Gapping down about 50 cents. Alright, so they're planning a $5.65 or 5.65 million share offering. TTOO is. It's a proposed offering of stock. Aside from that, I don't really see anything else that's out for this one. They received FDA clearance yesterday, but man, look at this thing tank. I mean, this one had good news, FDA clearance. It went up to 1075, and it ended up washing all the way back down to 720 in pre-market. I appreciate the sub, Mo. Welcome, appreciate it. And so that one's interesting as well. We'll see what this one can do. And so yeah, that's my watch list for today. Hopefully I can turn it around and keep going, build this account up some. Sorry guys, I'm just now checking the chat. I haven't looked at it in a while. There's no telling, Mo. It could go up, it could go down. Usually when a stock's gapped up this much, I'm more short biased with it. But since CODX doesn't really have any news release that I could find on Thinkorswim, I'm a little bit more short biased with it. At the same time, if it's getting pumped up, it could go crazy. So you never really know. It could go either way. But yeah, a few other ones I forgot to mention are HM&Y. Cheap penny stock, but it's moving some. It had a pretty big day yesterday. And so I'm definitely going to watch this one as well. Just because it's very rare I can trade a 50-cent stock on TradeNet, and I can, in fact, trade this one. So going to watch HM&Y, MYSZ. These are some of the big movers from yesterday. I don't know what these will do. TOPS, NSPR. CRMD. CRMD looks good. It's very doubtful I can trade it, but it's gapping up some. HTBX, CTRV. Yeah, CTRV looks okay as well. Which one are you talking about? What's up, Kevin? Justin? AJ, I don't know if I really want to say the where I live in Houston. Uh, to put it simple, I live North Houston, in one of the suburbs out in North Houston. Kevin, I've been trading for about 11 months now, 10 months regularly. Still learning for sure, but about 10 months regularly. I've been trading for about 2 years, but only 10 months ago did I really start regularly trading, you know. What's up, James? Good morning, man. BTX7. I just want to see a little bit more volume with that one. Good morning, Sean. Good morning, Outsider. AKER Ronald. I mean, it could. You know, it could go down as well, though. I don't know. Yeah, that was me, Tiny. Yeah, you did see me. Yeah, that was me. I do have a beard. I mean, they offered me that voucher. I haven't accepted it yet. Not because I mean I don't want it. Just because if they start to get weird with me, like if the airline, I don't want to say the airline, but if they start to get weird with me, I don't want to have accepted something that kind of wipes away my rights to uh, sue for damages, to be honest, if that makes sense. I probably won't, but it's just in case they start to get crazy with me, like, or start harassing me or anything like that. I just don't want them to have me sign off on being able to do anything to them if they start to get weird with me. I don't really care about the voucher. I just don't want them to start getting crazy with me, because really I wasn't even interviewed. My wife was interviewed. You know. Awesome top five. I have nice, AJ. Yeah, I'm rooting for the Astros this year. Bummed out about the Rockets. Boring NBA Finals again. What's up, Philip? I sound like a mature Morty Smith. GNC had a presentation. It's gapping down though. I mean, I want to see more volume with it, really. CODX is probably my biggest watch after the big day it had yesterday. It's just up so much already. I'm looking at it to short it possibly. But you never really know with these big parabolic movers. I mean, this one was at 157 yesterday, and now it's at almost $5. And so you never really know with these big parabolic movers. If they're getting pumped up, you know, even though they may be overextended now, they can continue to push up. And so I'm going to be careful with it. I'm just going to try to react to what I see. I think that's the safer way to approach it, if that makes sense. But yeah, so we got a few decent movers. It's actually not too bad for summertime in the market. Last summer I think was a little bit worse than this. There wasn't as much volume, but the volume's been halfway decent this summer so far. I don't even know if it's still technically considered summer. Maybe in a month from now we'll see. But so far not too bad. Nice, AJ. Yeah, I still have never been to an Astros game. I really want to, but still haven't been yet. I'm not originally from here, and so I moved here 10 years ago. Appreciate the sub. Awesome. Welcome, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, I think it was you. Awesome. I'm trading with 14,000 in buying power, or 13,400 right now. Seven. Uh, I mean, if you go to KHOU's Facebook page, you could see it. But yeah, we've got a few decent movers. Gonna watch. The three biggest watches are Dick's Sporting Goods, CODX, and AXON. At least for me. I'm also keeping an eye on TXMD here. But CODX is probably my favorite one, regardless of which way it heads. It looks decent either way. BLNK. Wow, look at BLNK, man. This one's been making some runs lately. Look at this move. Good call, outsiders. But yeah, look at BLNK. I mean, this one's pushing up nicely here. Thank you, Tiny. I appreciate it. Yeah, she had more guts than me. I told him I didn't want to be interviewed, really. I would have probably stuttered and screwed up, you know. But I appreciate it. But yeah, look at BLNK here. Big move. It's at 779 now, gapping up from 703. A lot of volume kicking in here. We'll see what this one can do. It's moving a decent amount. I don't know. I don't really know if I want to short this one. If you look at the daily chart, this one's been making some swings lately. I think the way to really trade this one is based off of the daily chart, just by how it's been moving. Yeah, it's on the news, Joshua. Good morning, Ant. What's up, man? But yeah. So what's BLNK? So BLNK is on the news. What's this one on the news about? Let's look it up. All right, so UL approves BLNK charging company next generation of electric vehicle fast chargers. BLNK innovation will reduce electric vehicle charging time by nearly 2/3. So Underwriters Laboratories approved BLNK's EV charging station technology. And so that's why BLNK is ultimately up. We'll see what this one can do. I haven't had the best results when I trade this one, but every trader's different. I'll pay attention to it, but I haven't really had the best results every time I've tried to trade Blink BLNK. And so we'll see. You know, hopefully it'll give me a good setup. You'll see if it continues to ride the VWAP. That's kind of a point I'm watching with BLNK is this 764 level, and of course this 750 point as well. We'll see if it pushes up, breaks the 790 level. That's kind of what I'm watching for this one. But like I said, CODX is probably still my biggest watch. It's riding the VWAP really nicely. We'll see how it kind of reacts to the open here. Good morning, Mitch. What's up, man? Yeah, I would hate doing it, Tiny. They came out here and really they wanted my video. If you hear the video with the alarms going off, I'm the one that filmed that video. And so they wanted that video. They asked if they could interview me. I told them no. I just didn't want to be on camera. I let them use my video that has my face in it, but that's it, you know. Today's Tuesday, Mitch. Oh no, today is Wednesday, man. Oh man, I completely forgot about it. My daughter didn't go to choir today. I forgot today's Wednesday. Man, I completely forgot today was Wednesday. DKS short, Joshua. Yeah, that Memorial Day kind of screwed me up. I forgot that today was Wednesday. DKS short. Yeah, I kind of like it for a short more than a long, but who knows? It could push up, so we'll see. I'm just going to be careful with it. All right, so there goes BLNK breaking the high pre-market at 790. It's pushing up some. We'll see if it continues here, flagging some in pre-market. But yeah, today is Wednesday. I completely forgot. I thought today was Tuesday, just because we didn't trade Monday. OGEN is getting closer and closer to that pre-market high as well. If you look at OGEN here, it's at 192. Pre-market highs at 195. It's been riding the VWAP as well. It's up to 193 now. So BLNK, big pullback here. We'll see if it can make it over that 790 previous resistance there and break over it, hold that area as support. OGEN is up to 195, which is the pre-market high you can see right here. We'll see if it breaks it and starts heading up. It's riding the VWAP as well. So a lot of these are riding the VWAP. That's kind of what I'm going to pay attention to. Good morning, Eero. Yeah, I went over OGEN, John. All right, so there goes OGEN now, pushing up. Yeah, OGEN had positive interim safety analysis results in its phase 2 trial, and so that's why it's up. Yeah, I can trade it, Mob. No problem, John. I think I can trade it. I used to be able to trade it unless they took it off. Yeah, I can trade it. TradeNet usually does a pretty good job. If there's a stock that's consistently having pretty high volume and that's moving a lot, they usually do a pretty good job of adding it. When BLNK originally started moving a few weeks ago, it wasn't available to trade. But since it's been moving a decent amount every day, they added it and made it tradable. So. All right, guys, we got about 2.5 minutes. Good luck, everyone. Today's Wednesday. Historically, not my best day, so hopefully I can break the streak and do well today. On what broker, D-Champion? I know on TradeNet it says Y under tradable for me at least. I don't think so, Brendan, but I'm not 100% sure, but I don't think it applies there. I'm pretty sure it doesn't, but you might want to reach out to them just to be sure. But from my experience, I don't think it applies. I think I've traded a bunch of $1.50 stocks, and the reason is because it's on TradeNet is CFD trading, which is contract for difference, and so I don't think that rule necessarily applies. But like I said, I'm not 100% sure, so you want to reach out to them and see. All right, guys, market opens up in about a minute, a little bit over a minute. Oh, not BLNKW. Okay. All right, guys, we got less than a minute. Good luck, everyone. Just like Mitch said, Wednesdays should be a patience day. Not the best day for trading. Mondays and Tuesdays are usually pretty good for me trading. Wednesdays, not so much. All right, BLNK bouncing off the $0.50 here. We got 10 seconds, guys, so good luck. Yeah, 7. Yours probably is, man. My beard's really patchy. There's the open. If I shave my beard, though, I look 15. And so that's why I have my beard. Alright, so CODX making a spike at the open, trying to get over that $0.50, but it's right back down to 439. BLNK dropping down to 750 here. TXMD trying to test that $0.50 as well. GBR dropping. GERN dropping as well. Right, Joshua. It's Tuesday in my mind, you know? Happy thoughts, bro. Happy thoughts. Alright, so OGEN's pushing up nicely. I really wish I could trade it, but unfortunately this is one of the ones I can't trade on TradeNet. OGEN. BLNK testing 750. Maybe a washout long with this one. See if it pushes up, breaks this 768 high. CODX is pushing up as well. It's at 460. See if it gets over this 479 high right here. DKS, washout long, starting to run. AXON starting to push. So there goes the drop under the VWAP on Dick's Sporting Goods, DKS. We'll see if it holds under there. Same thing with KODX, breaking under the VWAP here. There goes BLNK for a washout long. We'll see if it fulfills it and keeps pushing up. TKS dropping down to 36.75 here. Nice, Salty. Congrats, man. Good job. Nice trade. Alright, so keep an eye on DKS and CODX here. They both broke under the VWAP. Gonna let CODX test the whole dollar of 4. Watching OGEN here as well as AXON. Keep an eye on AXON here. It seems to be bouncing off the $0.50. And DKS is bouncing right back here. Alright, there goes CODX. Let's see if it makes a pullback here on CODX. Gives me an entrance. Alright, so AXON still kind of rising here. It's up to 159. What I'm ultimately waiting for CODX is a pullback and then a break under these lows. So if CODX pulls back and breaks under these lows here, I'll probably jump in short. Maybe with 50 shares, 40 shares. Try to add if it continues in my direction. Oh, there it goes. Not really the pullback I wanted. I wanted it to pull back a little bit more. Maybe give me a green candle there before it makes this move. I don't know why it put me in a limit order. Alright, AXON making this big spike here. You can see this big spike on AXON. Alright, so there's the pullback I was looking for with CODX. I'll give it some time here. Maybe let it test the VWAP. See if it keeps getting rejected at 4, breaks under these lows. See how it reacts to $4. But yeah, AXON making a nice little push here. I'm lucky I didn't get filled for CODX there. Really glad I didn't get filled. It would have been a losing trade thus far. DKS breaking under the lows again here. Jump in something small maybe. Let it test here, see if it continues to fall. Want to see if that previous support at 3.75 cents turns into resistance here with this one. Also, you can see BL and K starting to kind of test these lows here. Also looking at AXON here for maybe a 1 minute pullback, especially if it pushes up and starts breaking this. Nice power zone. Good job, bro. Good job. That's rough, crackdown. That's rough, man. You'll bounce back, bro. TXMD, wash out long here. Alright, watching CODX really closely here. Ugh, it's too fast of a drop, man. I can't take advantage of that. Look at that drop. That would have been a beautiful setup. It's too late now. That's aggravating for sure. That drop was just way too fast. I guess I could have bought on the or shorted on the pullback there. But man, that drop was so quick. TXMD washing out, or doing a little washout long action here. Yeah, bummer about CODX. My trade idea was right. It just moved way too quickly. Didn't really give me an entry there. Big drop on GERN. Nice, Ruben. Good job, man. Yeah, it was a picture perfect short for CODX. I just didn't. It just didn't give me an entry. It just dropped too quick. I guess I could have shorted it on this push back up here, but it's just a little bit too fast for me. Watching FTK here, or DKS, although it is moving a little bit sideways, makes me a little bit more skeptical with it. GBR bouncing back with the washout long. You can look at GBR. Up to 184 now. Nice little washout long here for GBR. And there goes CODX. Would have been a 40-cent gain. Down to 358. Yeah, that's kind of what I look for with these overextended stocks. Really good play for it. Yeah, Nani, I've had to kind of train myself not to jump in anything until the first 5 minutes at least passes, maybe the first 10 minutes sometimes. Just because, like you said, the market's so volatile, it just moves so fast. It's tough to take advantage of the positions, you know. SUMR, Ruben. Yeah, look at SUMR, guys. Good call. Let's see if I can trade it. Doubtful. No, can't trade it, unfortunately. But it's moving nicely there. A lot of stuff to take advantage of here with CODX. I just didn't get in it in time. Right, for sure, Jeremy. But too much volatility is not good for me, at least. My style of trading works better if I wait for the first few minutes, but everybody's different. Volatility is ultimately what, you know, day traders want, and so there's never a such thing as too much volatility. But I like to let the stock calm down a little bit so I can see my patterns better at the open, if that makes sense. BLNK breaking under the lows here. Watching BLNK here, may jump in short. If the spread can calm down some. Watching DKS, Dick's Sporting Goods as well. Nice, Atheon. Good job, man. Yeah, appreciate that watch list you sent me as well, Atheon. Yeah, sorry I haven't been uploading watch list videos lately, guys. Like I said, I had news cameras here yesterday. My son was sick, and so it just wasn't a good day to make one. I should be able to make one tonight, though. The spread on BLNK is just too crazy for me to want to jump in. Yeah, CODX was the trade, Mitch. I have a little bit of FOMO here still with it. Just because I said I was looking at it to short underneath this level, but it dropped so quickly down to 375, it just didn't give me an entry. The only entry would have been buying on this pullback right here. Bounce off the VWAP. Would have been a beautiful entry there, but just moved a little bit too quick. Didn't catch it. Now I think it's down too much to really want to get in. I mean, it could easily continue dropping, but it could bounce back some now, especially if it breaks this 380 level. DKS, you know, I was really kind of looking forward to this one, but look how choppy this one's been. It's just going sideways. Plus, I think CODX might bounce off of the $0.50. We'll see. That was the overextended short to take advantage of, though. Kind of bummed out about it. I mean, I kind of like BLNK. The volume is just so low on it now. Watching DKS here. Cracking under these lows at 36.50. Gonna see how it acts there. Still keeping an eye on BLNK, but the volume just kind of went down drastically with this one. People stopped trading it. Alright, AXON here pushing up, breaking this 165 resistance. Also, DKS breaking under these lows here. These are two I'm watching now. Still watching BLNK. Want to see some more volume with it, though. DKS has just been steady bouncing every time it tests these lows, and so I'm going to be careful with this one as well. Watching PBR, see what it does. Nice, Atheon. Hey, a winning trade's a winning trade, bro. Alright, so I'm jumping in DKS here. I'll add on a pullback, hopefully. Taking a small shear size to protect my account just because this one has been a little choppy and crazy lately. Gonna try to let it move up for me, though. AXON breaking over those highs. Alright, so I actually like the fact that DKS is testing this $0.50 level. If it gets rejected there, I may add on the way down depending on how strong it holds, and if not, I can get out for a solid exit. Oh man, AXON breaking those highs of the day, running nicely here, still riding the VWAP. Yeah, DKS, this is why I use small shear size. I'll let it test this 3670 level, and if it breaks over there, I'll get out. If it continues to drop, I'll look to add, depending on how it acts here. Alright, so I added another 20 shares to this one. See if it continues here. Kind of swingy. Ultimately, I wanted to get under 36. We'll see if it can do that, breaking under the lows, or if it just bounces right back. We'll see. Bouncing back some up to 34. But AXON, man, still looking strong here. I'll let it test this $0.50. Hopefully it gets rejected and comes back down, but we'll see. If it breaks it, I'll jump out quickly. BLNK. Hopefully I can see the volume pick up a little bit more with this one as well. Maybe get under the 730 level, I'll consider it. There's a big drop on DKS here. Still want to see it get under 36. It's kind of the level I'm watching. Let's hope it can crack underneath there. GERN washing out, breaking the lows here. AXON pulling back some. I don't know if DKS has any more juice left in it to break. We'll see. It's still testing these lows. Like I said, I want to see it get underneath 36. If not, I can just jump out for a relatively small loss if it bounces back. Looks like it really wants to drop here. Here's testing it again. There's the break. Alright, so I got out for a 980 gain on this one. Could have been a little bit more, I think, especially considering it continued to drop. But you always want to try to sell into the breakouts or breakdowns, and so that's why I did, because it could bounce back, find some support at 36. But I'll take it. Yeah, no problem, Tiny. Welcome. Or, not welcome. Have a good day, Tiny. Appreciate all the support. I still got to work on using bigger sizing. That's the biggest thing I need to kind of strive for, I think. But I'll take the gain on DKS. You know, if you look at these stocks, guys, you can see, you know, you always have to find your niche in the market. But one of my favorite trades, obviously, is shorting these big overextended stocks. Like, if you look at every stock that gapped up over 10% in pre-market, the first one's CODX. It washes out at the open. BLNK washes out at the open. DKS washes out at the open. And so my kind of niche in trading is taking advantage of these stocks that are washing out when they gap up in an overextended way. So if they gap up over 10%, like I always say, I'm usually short bias with it, just because you can see, like, most of the time when this happens, the stock ends up failing, you know. And to take the counter position, if it's a very small gap up like AXON, where it's not overextended and it's just a very small gap up, you could see AXON runs up. And so, you know, I think it's a fairly reliable setup that I trade. You know, I don't think traders should underestimate it. I think it's a really solid trading setup, you know, that I see happen fairly regularly. What's up, Skynet? I have trade ideas, but actually my trade idea subscription ended. And so I use the chat room. I use a few different things. I have a video on how I find stocks to trade. I'll try to upload it before I end the stream. Yeah, well, sinners, there's always outliers. Like, it's not going to work 100% of the time. Nothing in trading does. But just a majority of the time. And that's why you don't want to just blindly enter it as soon as the open happens. You want to wait to see, you know, confirmation in the trade. Like, usually it happens with, like, breaking the low of the day. Is where I usually like to enter it. Like, if you look at OGEN, it never really had that chance to break the low of the day at the open. It just started pushing. It's starting to test the low of the day now, though. And so, you know, we'll see. But, you know, nothing works 100% of the time in trading. Usually there's always outliers. It's just about, in trading, it's just about trying to find the most reliable setups. You know, no setup's always going to work. But some setups are going to work a large majority of the time, you know. Yeah, Skynet. I'll try to get you that right now. Hold on. Yeah, I'm getting the link for you now, Skynet. Oh, so Skynet, didn't you ask me a question? It might have been related to that. Let me see. Yeah. Yeah, you did ask me. You asked me about the video. Here, I have the link. I'm about to put it in the chat now. There's the link right there, Skynet. All right, watching BLNK here. Yeah, well, Dick's Sporting Goods was up on good news. So was CODX. So both of these were up on good news. A lot of times, you know, if a stock's overextended, most of the time it's going to end up crashing. Sometimes it's going to still continue pushing. Like, you know, if you see these parabolic movers, I'm very, very skeptical of getting in those. Even for shorts, just because you never really know. They could continue to get pumped up and continue to head up, and so you never really know with those. Right. But even with news, Power Zone, like I said, CODX had good news. It ended up washing. Actually, CODX had zero news. You're right, Power Zone. CODX didn't have any news. DKS did have good news, but it was just up so much. You know, it's gapping up from $30 to $38, and so just a huge gap up, almost 25%. You know, and so when the stock's too, you know, when the gap up's too big, a lot of times it fails. You know. But yeah, CODX didn't have any news. I'm actually a little bit more skeptical when they don't have news, especially with shorting, because a lot of times they're getting pumped up and you don't know how long the pump's going to last. You know what I mean? And so that's why I always try to wait for the low of the day break before jumping in, just because you never really know if the stock's going to start heading up and continue to go parabolic, or if it's going to give back some of its gains. No, no, Ruben, I'm not posting it. If you go to KHOU's Facebook page, you can see it. But yeah, I'm not posting it just for copyright reasons, you know. But man, CODX looking really weak here, just starting to give back this big pre-market run. CLNE outsiders. Yeah, CLNE had a nice volume spike earlier. Pushing up nicely here. I do like CLNE. And I can trade this one on TradeNet. We'll see. Gonna wait for that 308 break. BLNK going sideways. I don't know if I necessarily trust it. See, I'm really happy with my exit here on DKS. This is why you always should try to sell into the spike, you know, down or up, whether the spike is up or down. I really like my exit here. You can see I got out like at 35.97. It only went down to 39.90 or 39.88. And so I sold it because the reason I sold is because it has this $36 support. And so if it breaks under there, I can take a little bit more profit and then get out selling into the spike. SGLB. Yeah, a few people mentioned this one. Let's check it out. Wow, look at SGLB. Yeah, this one had a crazy move. Looks like a low floater. I probably can't trade it. Yeah, I can't trade it, unfortunately, on TradeNet. SNES. Yeah, SNES had a spike and then it pulled back all the way back down to below where it started spiking at. We'll see. I don't know if I trust it. Teddy Blaster asks, in your opinion, what would you say is the best software for beginners? I recently opened a U-Stock trade account. I felt like Robinhood just wasn't enough for day trading. Thoughts? You know, it's all subjective, Teddy. They all have their pros and cons. If I'm being completely honest, so U stock trade is great because it has really cheap commissions and there's no PDT rule. And so you can trade as much as you want for very low commission costs. U stock's problem is that a lot of times the big runners of the day will be labeled limited liquidity, and so you won't be able to trade a lot of the big runners. So you do want to take that into consideration. Obviously, another self-evident flaw in U stock is that you can't short stocks and there's no leverage. But what bothered me the most on U stock is the limited liquidity thing. But at the same time, I still think U stock is decent. I love trading on U stock. Really cheap commissions. You can really learn how to trade. At least if you're going long in your trades, you can really learn how to trade for very cheap, low price commissions. And so I like that about U stock. TradeNet is a little bit different. TradeNet is kind of like a prop firm. It's CFD trading, so it's contract for difference. But because it's CFD trading, you can short a lot of stocks that other people can't. Like a lot of these stocks I'm shorting, other people cannot short at all. There is a profit split on TradeNet, which is 70-30. I keep 70%, they keep 30. But commissions are really cheap. It's $3 for a round trip if I'm using 100 shares or something like that. And, overall, I like TradeNet probably the best, but that's just me. And really, it doesn't really matter about the profit split. I'm just trying to learn. You know what I mean? And so that ultimately doesn't matter as much. Robinhood, I still use Robinhood as well. It just has the PDT rule, like you said, and so you can't day trade as much as you might want to on there. So my favorite is obviously TradeNet. It's what I've been using, but I liked U stock as well. I think U stock's a great option for new traders as well, and so it's just about whatever works best for you. U stock or TradeNet definitely has a better platform than U stock trade. And in U stock, I had a lot of trouble with limit orders getting filled. But, really cheap commissions, $1 a trade. And, it wasn't too bad. I also like the fact that U stock, I kind of treat U stock like a bank account just because their deposits and withdrawals are so reliable, Like I can withdraw money and use it kind of like a bank account, deposit money. If I need the money out, I can take it out. It'll be in my bank account in a day, And so I like U stock trade as well. It's all about whatever works best for you, I think U stock trade is really great for new traders specifically. Yeah, that's the biggest thing obvious with U stock is that it's really tough. It's not a real platform. I mean, it's a platform technically, but it's not like a professional platform, and it's kind of hard to get in and out of positions. Setting a stop loss is more difficult, and it's just tougher to, if you're jumping in trades really quickly, it's tough to get the fills and enter the trades you want if it's moving too fast, TJ, no, it doesn't follow the PDT rule. It's CFD trading, so they get around that. So I can trade as much as I want on TradeNet. All right, so BLNK bouncing back here. It's at 753. Yeah, the commission's $1, obvious. You can't really beat that, man. It's really hard to find cheap commissions on a broker that allows you to day trade, and that's kind of like the perfect thing. Like U stock trade offers you $1 commissions, and you can day trade as much as you want, which is great. Like usually you can only get one or the other. If you want to day trade, you got to pay high commissions, and if you want cheap commissions, like Robinhood, you can't really day trade, But U stock offers both of them. But I have a review on both of them, on U stock trade and TradeNet and Robinhood. And so check out my reviews on them. I try to go over it in a little bit more depth. I appreciate the sub, Kingman. Welcome, man. Appreciate it. Teddy, it all depends, man. Like I used trade ideas, but do I think it's completely necessary for a new trader to pay $100? No. I don't really think it's completely necessary. I think you can find out what's moving in the market for free a lot of the time. And so I don't know if it's completely necessary. I like trade ideas scanners, but I don't know if they're completely necessary, at least in my opinion, for new traders. I also use websites like stockmarketwatch.com. It will tell you all the biggest gappers in pre-market and after hours. I also use like StockTwits to kind of search around. Nice, Mitch. Good job, bro. Oh, wait. Are you going short or long in it? Yeah, I like Trade Ideas, Mitch. Really cool broker. Really shows you what's moving. I didn't end up resubscribing to it, so I don't use it anymore. But I like Trade Ideas for the most part. All right, so CLNE still running here, breaking over that previous high right here at 308. Sitting at 312 now. Yeah, BLNK starting to bounce back here. See if it breaks the high of the day at this 777 level and continues. CLNE pushing up some at 313. GERN looks somewhat interesting. We'll see though. Maybe under this 438 level I'm watching it, but it's been kind of swinging back and forth. I don't know if I necessarily trust it. Kind of forming a little channel here, you can see. So we'll see what happens with it. Yeah, if BLNK, especially if it can hold support over 760 and the VWAP around 750. Soul, you have to sign here. I got a video on it, Soul. Here, I'll send it to you. Hold on. Let me try to find it. You have to confirm you're not a professional trader. In that you have to sign 2 contracts. Let me see if I can find it for you, man. Give me a second. I think I have a video on it. Yeah, I do. Go to that video. Who asked? Soul, go to that video. It tells you how to. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, Kingman, you can day trade on Ustock Trade with any amount. You don't have to have any kind of minimum amount to day trade on Ustock Trade. The way they get around it is it's a peer-to-peer broker, and so you're actually trading with other traders on Ustock Trade. But the fills aren't that bad. You know, they're not. Sometimes they're not great. Sometimes they're really good, and so it all just depends. But yeah, you can day trade as much as you want on Ustock Trade. KOSS, Mitch. Let's see how this is going. Yeah, Sinners. Yeah, Power Zone. Market's not too bad. Right, Brendan. So I think on TradeNet, if I just click this button, it will automatically cover me. I think on the ask if I'm going short, and on the bid if I'm going long, and so it automatically covers me on if I'm going long, it covers me on the bid. If I'm going short, it covers me on the ask, if that makes sense. And so yeah, I don't even have to enter anything. I can just kind of click cover. Yeah, Power Zone. Volume is good today, man. But yeah, guys, my son is homesick. I'm going to go check to see how he's doing. I'm going to go ahead and close the stream down now. Mitch, are you streaming today, Mitch? Let me know, man. So far, that's 2 profitable days this week. We'll see how the rest of the week goes. Not a bad way to start off the week. But yeah, Mitch, let me know if you're streaming today. If you are. Yeah, I know, Jeremy. It's just like, I don't know, like I'm just used to using my mouse to get in and out, and so it's kind of like straying from what I'm used to with hot buttons. Yeah, so Mitch is streaming. Mitch Hoch, H-O-C-H, M-I-T-C-H-H-O-C-H in the chat. He's streaming right now his demo account on TradeNet, and so go check out his channel if you want to keep talking with everybody about what's moving. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. I day trade live on stream every weekday morning from about 8:45 a.m. until 10:15, 10:30 market time. So make sure you hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Appreciate all the support, guys. And if you want to do me a favor, if you appreciate this content and want to keep helping support us, click the like button right now on this video. It does help support us, and we really appreciate it if you could click the like button. And yeah, guys, go check out Mitch's channel. And have a good day. I'll see you all later. Thanks for watching, guys.